Hi, everybody, and welcome to our info session for Partner Co. We are super excited that you're here and really want to thank you for taking the time to come and listen to us talk. And we have a great testimonial tonight, so definitely stick around for that. And my name's Cindy Greenwood. I'm from Edmonton, Alberta, and my co-host here is.
Russell Petrie from Langley, British Columbia.
And so we're going to take you through who PartnerCo is, why we love them so much, why we love the products, what some of the products do. We have that testimonial, and then we'll talk a little bit about the company, a little bit about business, and then we will be done. And we are recording this, so if you do want to share this later, then we'll have a YouTube link for it, and we'll get that up at some point during the call here. So this is Partner Co. We are or want to be your wellness, business, and lifestyle partner. We love those three areas because if you don't have all three, then it's like a three-legged stool, right? You're gonna fall over somewhere. So if you have your business and your lifestyle, but you don't have your wellness, you can't enjoy it. And if you don't have your lifestyle, then you're just working all the time and you're not having any fun. So you need all three of those. So that's what we provide and work towards and help to support everyone to get. And we have a mission, which is to power health and prosperity around the world. And we do that by building partnerships, inspiring wellness, creating wealth, finding adventure, and having just the most amazing community, right, Russell? Like, I don't know if I've ever seen anything like it.
Yeah, yeah, no, this is the community is amazing. We support each other to it's a yeah, we just support each other. We're all going in the same direction. We all are wanting the same thing, which is just, better health. We all want to help people, right? So we're all like-minded, and but it's amazing. We lift each other up when we're down, and so some days you're down and you're being lifted, and other times you're lifting others. So it's just a wonderful community.
It sure is. And we're going to talk a lot about why we're different. And that's important because there's a lot of companies out there, a lot of different products. So why should you consider choosing Partner Co? So our product approach is definitely something that makes us different. And you can see here that we've got five different areas that we focus on. So our science and nature collaboration, we really believe that nature offers the best way to nourish our body. That's it's been around for hundreds and thousands of years. And it should be simple solutions backed by science. So we take the science and we look at the pieces from nature. So our ingredients, our herbs, our fruits, our superfruits and vegetables and all of that stuff, and we combine it in ways that make it more efficacious for the body and is also always bioavailable. Because there's a lot of stuff out there that your body doesn't actually know what to do with because it's not natural, it's chemicals or it's synthetics and that sort of thing. So we stick to science and nature.
So to do that, it starts from the ground, right? So we're talking about real food here, right? That's what we're talking about. So we look, all around the world. We're finding farms, families that are growing, doing what we believe in, and we partner with them. And we have families, that are producing for us that have been around for decades doing this, right? So it's so important from the ground up. So and pharmaceutical and big companies, they don't worry about the farming so much. They just want production, and they don't want quality, right? So we're looking for quality production and not just volume. So
That's right. And we want to be precise. There's a lot of products out there that maybe don't have exactly what we should have. We look again at the science and what is the amount of something that actually causes the body to improve, to allow the body to heal itself. So when you give the body the right things, it can do what it's meant to do, and it's a pretty amazing machine. So we want to make sure we're putting the right gasoline in, right, the right fuel.
and
So
not only the right
yeah,
fuel, but also each time the right amount. Once we've used science to figure it out. Like I tell you, from my background in production, in a bakery, every loaf of bread is not the same. Like you don't get the same amount of ingredients in every batch, right? And that happens in our industry as well with vitamins and minerals and different products that you buy in the store. They are not always made exactly the same. So that's where the preciseness is. Every tablet, every whatever product we have is going to be exact. We'll talk more about that later, but it's because it's part of growing our trust, right? If it works on Monday but doesn't work on Thursday, that's no good.
That's right. We want it to work every day. But we also have solutions that last. So if you look at this and just count on your hands, how many of these would I be interested in? Do I need help with my mood, help with my sleep, with my gut health, hormone support, all those things? I bet everybody has somebody they know that could fit into one of these categories. And we have our guaranteed tested and proven. So we have our seal that's just on the bottom right there. And what that means is that we go through a pretty rigorous step-by-step process to make sure that what we have is the right quality, like Russell was talking about, and that it's in the right quantities. So we actually test right from the raw ingredient from the farms that we work with all the way to production, right into the bottle. And then we actually send it off to third parties to test that to make sure that what we're saying is on the label is actually what's in the product, and it's good all the way from production all the way through expiry. And that's pretty rare in the industry, not just through companies, but from what you buy on the Walmart shelf, Costco, wherever it is. It's an unregulated industry. And so unless companies are doing something like this where they have their own internal processes and they're getting somebody to check it, then, they don't have to have everything that's on the label in there. They can just be tiny, tiny amounts that really aren't going to do you any good. So you end up wasting your money on something that you're hoping is going to help you with your health. And we have at the bottom here, there's these third-party certifications. These are the ones that we have. And I know, Russell, you've got a couple favorites there.
But yeah, the PDR, that's a physician desk reference. So this is a book. It's mostly in the United States, I believe. It used to be a book, but it's also now a digital version. But any drug and things that a doctor can prescribe will be in there. Well, guess what? We have 6 products from Partner Co. also in that book. So it's pretty amazing. So not too many companies have that. No, most companies have none, and a few companies have one, but we got 6, right? Then of course, we have the cologne list, which is for if athletes and stuff. So I don't know about you, but I have a friend who is an equestrian, and she's been in the Olympics twice. She's going to go for her 3rd time in 20 or a couple of years from now in California as a rider. And yeah, you put in tons of effort, right? So you don't want to have, doing like an Olympic sport where you're working hard for 4 years and then suddenly you have a cold or you have something and you take something over the counter and it's got something that triggers a red flag, and now suddenly you're out of commission because you've taken something that's deemed an enhancement or something. So none of our products have that, right? So it's pro athletes, Olympic athletes, retired athletes who want to keep the level that they're at. They use our products, right? So yeah, it's just a few of them.
This is also something that makes us different here, our scientific advisory board and the quality of people who are on this. And we just actually hired a new person. His name is Dr. Joshua Plant. He's Harvard certified, all kinds of accolades. We get to meet him on the weekend, so it's pretty exciting. But the folks here are just as passionate about the products and about health as we are. And when you hear them talk, you can hear it in their voices. They are excited when they find something new. Brett West is probably the utmost research person on Tahitian noni, which is what I'm wearing today. Um, and he's done so many different studies and clinical studies and reports and that sort of thing that have been peer reviewed, have been published. That's the type of quality people that we have on here. And we could go through each one of these and probably spend a half hour on each one. But, take a screenshot, go Google them. They're real people. We've met many of them. But we also have these councils, right, Russell?
Yeah, so like I was talking about the athletes, we have athletic council and a wellness council. So we have often we attract, like Cindy said, nurses, doctors, and chiropractors, and all sorts of people. And they sometimes, we have a friend, Colleen, actually, from Edmonton. She's probably watching the hockey game right now, but no, she's preparing because she's going to be on stage, actually interviewing Dr. Strand and Barbara Cox, I believe, if I heard right, and she's on our wellness council, first Canadian on the wellness council for Partner Co. So from Edmonton, Alberta. So pretty cool. So again, we attract and then we lift up these people because we want their advice, we want their guidance, right? To make sure we are always doing the right thing by the products and therefore by us. So that's why, someone like me who's just a tractor driver and forklift driver, I can share these and trust these because I know they got my back, right? So I don't have to be the doctor.
That's right. And yeah, I'm not a doctor either, so I really appreciate it. But that's a bit about Partner Co, why we're different and some of our methodologies. But we're going to get into some of the products, and this is the exciting part, right? So this is our Slenderized drops, and you can see this is the size of the bottles, kind of. You can see it. There you go. Um, and they are our flagship product right now. They are helping so many people with, sorry, there's just something on the screen there. Um,
That's okay.
yeah,
I can take over
yeah,
while
Linda's in there.
you're figuring that out.
Okay.
Linda's having fun in there.
Yeah.
So we use these products. We use these drops actually as kind of an entry point because they help so many things. They're not. We says about losing weight twice as fast, but it's really a side effect. Because really what we're doing, most of our products, what we do, well, all our products really, is we're getting you healthy. We're getting your body in a position where it can heal itself, where it can do the work because it's the magic part. We're all we do is we're just holding standards, keeping the standards high, and we're making sure everything that goes in our bodies are as highest quality possible, right? And then our body does all the magic. So you can see what it does. I won't go into details. This you can take a screenshot, or you can ask the person who shared this with you. We can go into more details on this, but you can see all the amazing things it does. So uh,
Yes, definitely. And it is very easy to take. You just put the drops under your tongue, hold them for about 30 seconds, and then swallow them. Wait 10 minutes, take the second set of drops. And each set does something slightly different. And you can notice on the screen there that they are slightly different colored. So that helps so you don't mistake them. And you can see the results. It is real science, so we do get real results, right? There's tons of people. We've got probably tens of thousands of these pictures now, before and afters, that sort of thing. But you can see how well that it's worked. I always like to tell Brenda's story. You can see here along the bottom, there's a few different products. So all of our products are designed to work together to enhance each other. So you don't have to worry about, oh, can I just take this one or this one? Whatever you choose will work together and it'll work synergistically. So she used this package here that we now fondly call the Brenda pack, and she really was in a spot where she was very unhealthy. Her gut health was out of control. She, even had trouble eating anything healthy. She had a lot of sugar in her diet. And when she'd go to her doctor would say, "Oh, everything's in the right ranges, you're fine, don't worry about it." And she's like, "I'm not fine. I don't feel good." So she worked with us, and her goal was to lose 30 pounds in 6 months. And she was able to drop or release. We say release, not lose, because we don't want to find it again, but release 100 pounds in 6.5 weeks. Sorry, months, 6.5 months. So she used some of the products below, and we'll talk about some of those as we go here. This is another story. We had Helen and Charlie on a few weeks ago, and just seeing their change. You can see it in their faces, you can see it in their bodies, but you can also see it in the meds that they were taking before and after. And that's something that is one of those non-scale victories that we hear about all the time. So I'm going to bring on Linda, and she is going to introduce our speaker, and she's going to tell one of our speakers wasn't able to come, so we're um, She's going to talk about her picture, which is, sorry, let me get at that right here. And then she's going to introduce our speaker.
Wonderful. So you can hear me okay, Cindy?
You bet.
Fantastic. I'm in an airport, so hopefully there's not too much background noise, but I have pretty good canceling headphones. So this picture is amazing. This is after 3 weeks only. So a waist of 45 inches for Jolly down to 38 inches. And so this is on the body balancing drops, which we already talked about, and one other product only. So 2 products. She used these, and her before after pictures were so incredible that when I shared them on Facebook, we got a ton of other people interested. And this is in Belize, where we don't have these products available, but I started using them, lost a lot of weight. People noticed. I told people on Facebook. Jolly was the first person who started. And what I really want to do now is introduce I guess, someone that knows Jolly really well and has also started on the products, which is Risa. So Risa, if you could come in and talk, that would be fantastic.
Sure. Hi, everybody. I'm also in Belize. And yes, Jolly actually works for me at our resort. We own a resort in Placencia. And she told me all about it. Then I spoke with Linda, and I wanted to do it because I wasn't feeling good. And so I've been on it for about 6 weeks. I've lost about a little over 7 pounds, but I've lost 9 inches all around. You can kind of see it in the photos. You can see, I don't want to say this rudely, but ass end, that I've shrunk down, and I'm really excited about that. And I have noticed right away, as soon as I started taking the drops, I don't crave sweets at all. And I would have, a piece of candy, or I have, a gummy things and or whatever at night. I would always, and I'm a snacker anyway, so it was like a miracle because it took me like a week before I even noticed it. I was like, wow, I haven't even thought about ice cream or chocolate or any of it. So that's like super, super good for me. And I noticed I sleep better. Also, Linda had given me a couple of samples of Renew, and I tried those, and I even noticed my sleep was uninterrupted because I have a health app on my phone, and I noticed that there was much wider spaces of not waking up in the middle of the night. And I couldn't even believe it. I thought, oh, I'm just going to look and see what happened. And sure enough, it did. So I definitely want to get back on that on a regular basis because I need my sleep. And I noticed my indigestion in the morning. I wasn't waking up with that anymore. And I believe that's from the BB drops. I'm also on, what do? I take the Pure Nourish. I do an Elite. I make smoothies out of that. So I'm getting all these products in.
That's awesome.
So
Yeah, and congratulations. That's you can
thank you.
definitely you can feel it.
Yes.
You can see it, right? And sometimes just the feeling it is even almost more important, right? Like we all want to look good, but when we feel good, it's even better.
Yes. Yes. And I have more energy. And I like the fact people are starting to notice now.
Yes, that's even better. And those apps on our watches and stuff, those
Yep.
are pretty handy. Like you can really see the differences as you go through and see the results of what you're doing. So that's very cool.
That's a good observation. I use the apps as well for
Mhm.
noticing. Elite and Noni and then Renew all had jumps in my sleep quality improving. So
Awesome.
good
Well,
job. Way
thank
to
you.
go. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
Thank you.
thank you for
And you
coming on.
and I know your cat probably loves it better because you're not tossing and turning, so your cat probably is enjoying sleeping.
Yes. She does sleep with me.
Yes. Well, the cat does not sleep with my wife. She sleeps with me because I'm just out, right? So yeah. So she's wondering what's going on.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much, Risa and Linda. Just going to remove those pins. There we go. All right, so this is the first picture there that Linda talked about. This was the other product that Jolly was on, and it's called Advantage. And it is one of our newest products. And one of the other things that makes us different is you see CoLab there up on the corner. That's our we actually have that lab. That's a lab that we use for research, for development, all of that type of stuff. So we control everything that goes on there. So this one is a hip and waist reducer, and it helps to burn calories faster. And it does that by activating that brown fat. You can see that on the picture there with the person, the brown fat. There's smaller areas of it, but it's rich in mitochondria and it burns more calories when it's activated. It just kind of gets going, right? So what this is like a thermogenic that gets that brown fat going, but there's no stimulants in it, so there, you don't get jitters or anything. And when that brown fat gets going, it starts to eat up the white fat, and I like to call it the Pac-Man effect. So it eats it up, and some of that white fat can even start acting like brown fat, right, Russell?
Yeah, that's where I think where the multiplier effect kind of kicks in. When it teaches the white fat to act like brown fat, yeah, then I think that's when the things start to really happen. So yeah, and no stimulant. A lot of other products out there, they are adding some kind of stimulant. It's annoying the body, and it's causing irritation, maybe even inflammation to get the effect, right? So we don't want that kind of stuff. So this is all natural. The brown fat is our baby fat,
Oh yeah, yeah.
right? So
So this is a great product to combine with the drops, and this one as well. So we know that as we're doing things, somebody's going to get married, or somebody's going to have a birthday, or you're going to go on a trip or a cruise or something where you might be eating things that maybe aren't along with the low glycemic food plan that we have with the drops. Because it's important to know that drops, it's not just the drops, they're not magic. They work with a low glycemic food plan and moderate exercise, so nothing crazy, but there's always everybody's got something, right? So a lot of people will say, well, I'm going to wait until after that to start. Well, you don't have to. Now you just, if you're going to have a meal that's kind of off plan, you can use Sugar Stop. And it is a product that is a sugar and carb blocker. So it blocks up to 40% of sugars in starch-based foods, so like potatoes and pasta, breads, those kinds of things, and about 20% of sugars from like table sugar, so like the desserts and that sort of thing. And it does help curb cravings too. When you take it, it's a fiber product. So when you take it, it does actually make you feel a little bit fuller as well. So if you're taking it before you go out for dinner or something, then you're not as hungry either. So it's easier to resist temptation when you're not hungry, right? But this is a great one. And because it is a fiber product, a lot of people don't get enough fiber. So you can actually use this one every day, even if you're not, going to have a meal that's off plan or anything. It's a great addition for daily.
yeah.
And you see there it's collab as well, right? But we didn't create this one necessarily, did we, Russell?
No, this one came to us. So a lot of we adopt products from different companies. And part of the deal is they have to, if we want to tweak it a little bit, they have to give us permission to tweak it. So this is one that was pretty good, but we got permission to tweak it. We took a few bad things out and then made some adjustments. So yeah,
Yeah.
so CoLab is actually partner co. It's our lab. It's our thing. We do lots of stuff in there, so it's pretty exciting. But there's more products coming down the pipeline.
Yeah, we
They're-
got some
they're-
new ones coming out this summer, don't we?
yeah, yeah.
All right. How about this one? This is Risa was talking about this one too, right, Russell?
Yeah, yeah. So Renew is again, we probably kind of created it, but we didn't call it CoLab then, but we did create this ourselves. And so it's what people mostly see right away when they try this product is improved sleep. So Risa said that she slept through the night and her app on her phone, same with her app on her watch, same with me. Noticed better sleep. So it could be different things. Some people struggle to fall asleep. Some people struggle to stay asleep. Some people struggle to fall back to sleep once they get up and go pee at 2 in the morning. So these different, or for me, I really noticed that when I woke up, I was fresh. like I was when I was younger. Get out of bed and boom, off the day. I didn't have to kind of drag myself over to the coffee machine and to have 3 cups before I got kind of my legs going underneath me. So again, it impacts people different ways that way. But long term, what this product does is actually teaches your gets your body to produce more human growth hormone. And again, just using normal food and ingredients and stuff like that. We use science to figure out, how that works. What naturally happens is our HGH starts to decline after we, get it through our 20s, and we start 15% drop every decade, right? So you can check on the graph there where you are. Are you in your 50s? Are you in your 60s? Right? Where are you at? And it'll tell you where your HGH is. So this product, in multiple ways, again, patent pending ways, the science is amazing to tell our bodies to kind of to make more, basically. And so pretty cool. Again, no stimulant, nothing. It's not with a stick poking it to say, hey, you got to do this, and it's all with food and stuff. We're just adding what we need for our bodies to do that. So it helps a lot of people with hair. We've had lots of people go to their hairstylist and say, what's going on with your hair? It's thicker. It's your natural color is coming back. So women are like, wow, this is amazing, right? Kind of thing, right? And of course, it helps maybe in the bedroom as well, and again, helps with body body fat and depression and anxiety, all those things. Remember when you were younger, you used to bounce, you could fall down and bounce back up and just keep on going. And, so that's kind of, we don't do that quite as much, when you get a little bit older. So again, so people notice improvements in this area. It's one of our popular products.
It sure is. And as soon as people start using it and they feel that rest, like you say, waking up feeling rested and fresh, yeah, they just want more of it. So it's a great product. We're going to probably go through these next ones a little bit quickly just to make sure that we kind of stay on time and respect your time. So these are basically kind of our shake slide, I guess we can call it, right? We've got our Pure Nourish, which is our plant protein, which is probably one of the most amazing proteins that I've ever seen. It's a pea protein, but on top of that, it's got probiotics, prebiotics, digestive enzymes, vitamins, minerals, everything you need. It's a full meal replacement. And with the Beauty Boost and the Power Boost, those are not separate protein products, but they're additives to that. So you can add it for taste, and then you've got your hair, skin, and nails, so some collagen support. And then the Power Boost is a chocolate flavor, which gives you a lot of recovery from exercise, energy, metabolism, that sort of thing. One of my favorites is a Giving Greens because I'm not a big veggie eater. And with 2 little scoops of this, I get 2.5 pounds of vegetables. Now, I don't know, I've never tried to eat 2.5 pounds of vegetables. And with prices these days, this is actually a very economical option.
Oh, totally. And the other main thing about the shakes, they are part of the drop program. But for people who here, put your hand up or put a 1 in the chat if you are a busy person. You don't have time for stuff sometimes, right? And so these are quick and convenient. Who goes through drive-throughs? Why? Because they're quick and convenient, right? So we want to avoid that kind of stuff. So this is kind of like helping us change our behaviors using these products to help us change our health, right? So it's quick and convenient, and that's what we're looking for these days. So
yes, that's for sure. Do you want to go on this one here, Russell?
Sure. So the Restorix, again, part of the program as well. You don't have to do it, but you can. But it's really highly suggested. A lot of people haven't done a detox for a long time, and so it helps. It helps with the weight release process, right? Because our body will lock. If our body can't get rid of toxins, it will hold them in our fat stores, and it's doing that to protect us. Otherwise, they're bouncing around our body and giving us migraines and headaches and upset stomachs and all that kind of stuff. So Restorix is an amazing one to do. The collagen, again, our noni. We haven't talked about noni yet, but again, we have many ways to get the products into us, whether it's a drink or a powder or a pill kind of thing, or a probiotic. Again, one of our doctors from a previous slide was working on this product, this exact product, when he discovered PartnerCo. Was so impressed, decided to join, and he was in the process of creating this probiotic. So, like 15 strains of different, all the goodness that's going into our gut eventually, not into our stomach, but further down, right? It has a special thing about this one is it's time release. So you would take this on an empty stomach and allow it in the right time, it'll go and it'll bloom in your lower intestines and stuff and where it needs to get to, right? A lot of stuff on the market, it will open up in your stomach, and your stomach acids will get a lot of it before it gets to where it needs to go. And then Elite, and we could talk for an hour on Elite. Again, just herbs, 7-8 herbs, I believe it is. And yeah, everyone's got a story about this. It's definitely a product that helps people with their. It's kind of a hormone balancing product as well, because it's really knocking down your cortisol, which is probably one of the hormones that affects most people. If you have too high of cortisol, you have a hard time shedding weight, right? So again, it helps with your mood. It helps with so many things, inflammation, different things. It actually came from a skin company, so it helps with your skin as well, right? So a lot of people don't know that, but yeah, it's our pink drink. We love it.
That's right. It is definitely one of my favorites. And we actually have some technology that that helps as well. And you can see there's one that looks like a watch and one that we call it the web. And what it is pulse electromagnetic frequency. So it negatively charges your red blood cells so they separate. So you can see the one slide where all of the things are all kind of lumped up together. They almost look like a stack of coins at times. When your red blood cells are like that, they can't get all the oxygen and the nutrients around to your body because they're kind of stuck. They get in a traffic jam. So what this does is it shows on the second slide or the second picture there, we've separated them so that they can get out there and they can get all that oxygen nutrition out. So it's great for energy, for fast recovery, improved circulation, focus, everything. We have a lot of great stories on that one. And then Skincerity, we do have one skin product that we use, and it is a thin mask. You roll it on, actually. It's like under the lid there, there's like a roller, and you roll it on before you go to bed because it's breathable. So you sleep with it on, and then in the morning you take it off, and it works on multiple different skin issues. You can see acne here, scars, diaper rash. It works on burns, cuts, sunburns, eczema, multiple things. A lot of us keep it in our first aid kit too, because you can use it on like that second skin stuff is what I'm trying to say. That liquid band-aid, you can almost use it like that, and it works on bug bites too, so it's kind of handy.
Oh yeah, takes the sting out of bug bites right away.
Yeah.
So yeah, noni. So we have again lots of liquid choices, lots of pill choices, lots of powder choices to get your nutrition. Noni comes from Tahiti, so it is Tahitian noni, which is like 35 years that we've been producing this. One of our doctors or research guys we saw earlier, his main focus, like Cindy said, is on noni. So noni is really cool. We don't say this very much, but noni, when you combine it, there's research studies that show when you combine it with some of our other products like Venali or the vitamins and things, that actually it's not 1 + 1 = 2. It's like it has a synergistic effect. So you ever know when you put two things together and it just makes it even better, like synergistically it grows even more. Well, noni does that with a lot of things. And our products or some of our products do that as well. So again, just you can read through all how it helps energy and joint health and everything. And then we have MOA in the middle. We have noni in MOA as well. There's 36 different foods in here, including 7 medicinal mushrooms, like things like lion's mane, and so they help with cognitive. It helps with metabolism. It helps counteract stress. It's just so different. And again, one more thing. When we were making this, again, this is why we're different. We were making this, and the industry said, "Oh yeah, you need to use a chemical preservative." And why would we want to put chemicals in our product? This thing's awesome. So he said, "Well, that's what you just got to do." And so we said, "Forget it." So it didn't come to market as fast as we wanted it to, because we took like, I don't know, a couple $1 million in research in a few years to find. So we found a natural preservative. We created one. again, use science and nature. We created a preservative. Maybe that's why the noni's in there, because noni has preservative qualities, and now it's has its own preservative, and it's all good ingredients. Nothing there can do any harm to us. And then of course we have our seaweed, our original Limu original. It comes from brown seaweed in the South Pacific. The seaweed grows like 6 feet a day, kind of a thing, right? It's just incredible. I've heard stories where whales will come down and chomp and get it and stuff, but we will harvest it. The locals will harvest it, just like noni. We have the locals will harvest noni all the time, and then they use it's not actually the seaweed, it's inside the seaweed, a kind of a vein inside the seaweed. And the cool thing there is called phacoidin. So we can maybe I'll type it in there later, but phacoidin is just a special ingredient that again helps with cellular health and so many different things. People will put it on their skin and drink it, and yeah, just so many helps on a cellular level. So when you fix the cells, you fix a lot of things, right? So again, it tastes like a tropical vacation.
It sure does.
Yeah.
It's so good. Definitely nice for a hot day outside with some ice. But yeah, no, those are amazing. And those are great too for if you have someone, often a lot of people use it for their kids because the kids don't want to take pills and the parents don't want to feed them gummies that really don't give them a lot of nutrition. So this is great for them, or for if we have aging parents who maybe aren't eating as much, getting some of this into them is going to give them those nutrients that are going to help them get through the day or the week or however they are going at the time. We do have this is our pill form. We do have a few vitamins and minerals here. We don't have you can go to, again, like, I don't know about you, but I've stood in front of the Walmart wall of vitamins and gone, okay, I have no idea, right? Like, do I take this and this together, or that and that together? So I know I can trust that our researchers and our scientists and our doctors have combined everything here that the way it should be in the amounts that it should be. So, BioPro Q, which is our cellular energy, it really gets in there. And if you're not sure what BioPro Q is, then just go Google it. All this stuff you can Google and check what we're saying. Like, definitely do that. You always should do your research. Magna-Cal-D, magnesium, calcium, and vitamin D together with vitamin K2. This is one of those ones where it's 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2, 1 + 1 equals like 100. It works so well together, and just make sure that it's getting to all the spots that it needs to. Our omegas, we have those, and then optimal M and V is our minerals and vitamins. So this is one of the products for sure that is in that physician's desk reference. And our Dr. Strand, who was on one of the earlier slides, he still practices. And a lot of times when he has patients come in, this is one of the first thing that he prescribes to them. And it does tend to get rid of a lot of the issues because it's got the levels that you need to be able to improve your health, not just kind of sustain it, right? And this is one that both you and I have used, right? Vinali here.
Yeah. Yeah, finale I use for my allergies. When I discovered that is I got rid of all those over-the-counter antihistamines and stuff that back in the day used to make me drowsy, and they were just expensive cocktails I had to make, and after 4 days of sneezing, they'd stop working for me, so I have to try the other one, try the next one. So I always had like 6, 7 different brands, and still not really. So this has been great for me. So I work at a farm. I married a horsey girl. I'm allergic to her, the horses, the grass, the cats, everything. So now though, I don't have any issues. Who here has cottonwoods around their house, and there was a little white, they float around. Oh, those things used to be the death of me. And that just happened the last few weeks around here, and yeah, no issues. So Benali is also the grapeseed extract is what's really special about this. And I know women in Italy, they'll use it for getting rid of cellulite. So it helps with collagen and different things. So skin as well. It says right on there, eyes, skin, lungs, hearts. And I've also used Rejuvenex quite a bit as well, because I worked as a supervisor in a bakery, which was always hot. And guess where they put the office? Second floor, right above the oven. So of course I'm trying to do computer work, and with all this heat, trying to stay awake. And I was able to with Rejuvenex. It really helped me. I take 4 and kept me mentally sharp, uh, even though I was in a sauna trying to do paperwork. So pretty cool.
Yeah, Rejuvenex is definitely something I take every day as well. It just is a nice calm energy. You don't get that really high and then crash. And a lot of people have used it and gotten off of like monster drinks or, if they wanted to cut down on coffee, that sort of thing. So we've gone through quite a few products. If you want more information, definitely get back to the person who invited you or shared this with you. We have more products than this, and we could probably talk at least a half hour to an hour on each one of them. And we've got stories and that sort of thing too. So that was just a kind of hopefully a brief overview. And now we're going to talk a little bit about Partner Co itself. So here's the lifestyle. That was one of the pillars we talked about at the beginning. And you can see the smiles, you can see the fun, you can see the tropical destinations and the glitter. We like to have fun. We like to travel. We like to get out there and help lots of people. So on the bottom left there, you can kind of see him in the back, but Russell got to go on one of our vacations.
Yeah. Yeah, you see me in the very back holding my hand up in the air, kind of. I think I got a white hat on, black shirt. So that's me in Mexico. So again, when I started this, I was only I just wanted to drink Elite, and I just wanted people to leave me alone. I was just my mood was not great, and I just wanted to sleep better and all that kind of good stuff. But I accidentally started helping people. So yeah, I ended up having a help making some money and doing some stuff, earning a trip. So yeah, so it's pretty. It's not that hard to do. So we have a lot of fun. We're actually going to go. Speaking of trips, we're going to go on a trip here to Calgary. Not a big trip for you, Cindy, but
Still a trip.
little trip. But we I think the next slide we talk about some of the different events that we do. So we have fun on the beach, but we also do events to help inspire people. So the one that we're doing that Calgary is the one in the middle there. It says Partner Co Connect. So it's our first one in Canada because we're growing so well in Canada right now and growing well in Alberta. And so we are having our first Partner Co Connect. And there's other ones. We've have them in the States and stuff. We also have this is the Calgary one, and that's just some of the people you get a chance to meet. If you're in the Calgary area or in Alberta, if you're within 8-hour drive, I'd be going. I think you could probably get a ticket or two still, but this is just part of the lineup that is coming. So John Wadsworth is the owner. You'll see Katie and Lucy, and we have Dr. Strand and Barbara, and our new Joshua Plant is coming as well, brand new. And then we have lots of people who are brand partners, top income earners coming from Canada and top income earners from the States, all coming to Calgary. Basically, I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm working half a day and I'm leaving tomorrow. So you can say we see you in the chat. Some people are driving, and some people on the call I know will be there, and so that's what we're doing. So that's part of our fun. We get together, and again, you saw John Wadsworth was one of our guests. So here in the next slide, we have John and Darren. Darren's our other owner. So we have 2 owners, and again, we talked about what makes us different compared to other companies. A lot of other companies, and whether they're network marketing companies or other companies, whether they're even just corporate in the real world, kind of like in traditional, the owners don't often connect with the people on the floor, the people that are doing the work, the people in the field, right? So we're different because John Wadsworth came from the field, right? My best bosses I've ever had in my life worked on the floor before they moved up to the boss. They understand what the people on the floor, what the production workers are going through. So John understands that. I can guarantee you that most other network marketing companies do not have this. So it makes us widely different and widely special. And Darren, we don't have time to go through his story. We should one day, Cindy, detail his story, but go to PXP in Dallas. If you want to hear his story, come to PXP in Dallas. But he has an incredible story. He was grooming to be a lawyer in New York, and wasn't his cup of tea. And went to Mexico for just a little vacation to kind of clear his head, and kind of accidentally, kind of the way I started a business, accidentally, had an idea and started helping people, helping fishermen, and end up, long story short, created a huge network of fishermen fishing and making some money and helping people make a lot of money fishing. And then he eventually sold it, retired, and then he was looking for something to do. And John said, "Hey, why don't you do this?" Right? And so John brought him to an event in Barcelona, and Darren fell in love with helping people, seeing what we were doing. He loved everything. So our owners are incredibly special. They're not money driven. They don't need the money. They're driven by helping people. So that's huge difference between other owners of other companies. They're looking to make money.
Yeah, that's huge. And I mean, you can even see from the values that they brought in to the company that they live by and that we live by, right? And you can read them here, but one of the big ones that I like is true partnership. And for me, that means like the wellness committee and the athletes committee and those committees that are made of brand partners to give their voice to our corporate um, entity to, you know, do things that are actually going to help the field and help us to grow and help us to grow our businesses faster and easier. The other piece of that I really like as an accountant is that every dollar that comes in, they're paying 50 to 51 cents of that back into the comp plan. So into our compensation that comes to the partners on the field. So they are truly partnering with us. And you can see our numbers. We've been voted the #1 comp plan because we have 8 ways to get paid. We've been voted that 3 times, and that's with Partner Co. That's when the name change happened and everything. So that's why it's only 3 years. I'm pretty sure we're going to have one every year. We have over 1 million bottles of our drops that have been sold. We have 172 million bottles of Tahitian noni sold. We're in over 50 countries and we're winning awards like crazy. These are just a quick list of the countries that we're in. And this is the 8 ways that we get paid. So we're not going to go through each one of these, but definitely reach out if you are interested in it. It just, you know, it starts off great and it just gets better as you go. Like that's the best way to explain it, because I was doing a training on it a few weekends ago with some people, and I was going through and by the time I got about 3/4 of the way, they're like, wow, they're blown away. And I said, well, but we're not done. We got more. So it's definitely something that if you're looking to whatever it is that you're wanting to do, start a business, get your product paid for, it's something that is doable here for sure. So we're coming to the end here. If you are interested in maybe becoming a partner with us and living that, you know, the wellness, the lifestyle, and the business partner, it's very easy. We have a one-time fee of $37.95 in Canada or $29.95 in the US, and that is one-time lifetime membership. And that gets you all of these things that are listed here. You get a website, you get a back office, you get an app, you get all the trainings that you need. And you have a system of growth that is been used across North America. I believe in Australia they're starting to use it, and it's been instrumental in, you know, rocketing the company up. So it's a done for you system, a plug and play, and everybody can do it.
Yeah, it's again one more thing that's different from other companies. Some people struggle and they've come to us and they say, I didn't make a penny at other companies, and here I am making money in the first week and all that. And if they plug in and use the system, it starts to work. And so it's a missing link in other companies. So anyone can do it.
That's right. And at the end, we just want to live healthy, make money, and see the world. Many of us are in that boat. We certainly enjoy our trips and our health, and most of us are feeling better than we did 20, 30 years ago. So we can see it working. But congratulations, we are at the end of the presentation, and we would like you to partner with us. So we've got some options for you to go back to whoever invited you or if whoever shared this video with you. So option 1, you might want to just be a customer and try something, try the Renew, see if it helps you sleep, or try the drops, whichever one stuck out to you the most. And we love customers, so that option 1 is amazing. Option 2, maybe you want the best price. So you're maybe adding a subscription or getting that membership to get some additional discounts. Option 3 is you want to make some fun money. So you've got the membership, you've got the website, And, you know, maybe you're saving for a car or a trip or I don't know, a spa day, whatever it is, you know, you can make a little bit of money on the side. We all, almost everybody these days needs a second income coming in the way things are going and the uncertainty out there, right? It's a little bit scary, but if we can make some fun money, we can keep going and having fun. Option 4 is to play big. So this is, you want all in, you see the vision, you want to partner with us, you want to live that lifestyle and have the health and wellness and have that business as well. So with that, those are the options, but with those options, the other thing you get is us, right, Russell?
Yeah. Yeah. Besides that huge list from the previous page, should be like thousands of dollars, but again, $37. And but you get us. And truly this is the best part, because we're going to share with you. And here's the cool thing, you're going to get support from across. You see all these people on the call right now. Some of them are from Australia, some of them are from different countries, Belize, and we all help each other, even though we're not on the same team. Like, we're not on the same financials team, but we still help each other anyways, because that's just what we do, right? Again, another difference when you're looking at, if you're kicking tires and comparing different companies, we all help each other. There's no lack, there's no mentality like that. So again, it's pretty fun here. So the community side, if you just want to be part of a community, as an option as a customer, and it's a lot of fun. So yeah, so join. So write down 1, 2, 3, or 4. I started as a 1. And I moved along. So you can also move along. You don't have to come in at 4 if you don't want to. You can come in at a 2, and then you can see what happens. So reach out to the person who shared this with you. Thank you so much, Cindy. Thank you so much, Risha and Linda. And we could hear you perfectly. Airport, we didn't hear nothing from the airport. And thank you, Mona. We have Australia in the house. So thank you everyone for being here that has taken the time to spend with us. We're going to wrap up. And again, we'll send you the recording if you need it. It's on YouTube. Okay, take care, everyone. Good night.